What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. Gonna do a weekly training update and probably continue with this format unless I feel like making something a little more involved. But here we got the same training split as usual. We got speed bench on this day, except we're doing fives to start off the week or start off the block. And I'm doing longer pauses. I reported to my coach. I didn't feel confident pressing off my chest, and there's really one way to fix it. So we got some longer pauses, and he decided just to put them on this speed day for now, and we'll kind of see how that goes. I did the first set with 264, and then I backed down to however many sets afterwards. With 5 kilos less. I just wanted to keep him moving speedy, but as bench was pretty detrained coming out of the deload after the last meet. Speaking of the last meet, obviously it was pretty cool, pretty successful, fun. Had a good PR total, and that said, it was my second meet with USPL, USAPL, and it was awesome. I no complaints about competing in that Fed at all. Here's my top deadlift for the day. For that day one, I had a top double at 518, and then I had a couple of back down doubles at 485 that I didn't even record. I moved pretty good, surprisingly. I thought I was going to come in pretty detrained on that, but I moved good. These tempo squats did not feel good though. I think I recorded 2 of the 3 sets. But yeah, so I've had awesome experience competing in the USAPL, and I would potentially compete there again, and I might. But for now, my next meet is going to be Powerlifting America. I've already registered for their nationals in March, and yeah, so I gotta have. They don't have a qualifying total. At least they haven't released one. So I hope that's the case, or that it ends up being low enough for me to go. So I registered, and but I do have to get a total within the federation before nationals. So I am, as of recording this, 7 weeks out from the next meet. How hard we push will kind of depend on how training goes. The plan is to peak and taper just like normal. There's been adjustments to the program, as you'll see, but here we're on day 2 so far of the program, which is the good old bench only day. And some accessories. I had 4 doubles at 303, something like that. And they were benches. Once I got past that first initial day of, the super detraining effect on that speed day. My speed day usually doesn't feel that good, so that's kind of normal actually. But the bench was feeling really good on these days. I felt like I had really solid control of the weight. My touch point was a bit inconsistent, but we moved on. Day 3 squats. So I had a top double at 452, and I was supposed to back down, but for some reason I thought I had more than one double at 452, so I did 2 sets at that weight. No big deal, and I backed down for the last one to 430. And here's the second set of the 452. So I have to get a total in Powerlifting America, and so if training is going really, really well, then we'll continue with the peak and taper and see if we can add a little something. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not going to gain an enormous amount of strength in 8 weeks, but I had room on the squat last meet, and I didn't get my third deadlift. So if I take a third deadlift that is more in the realm of what I'm capable of, I can at least add a little bit to the total. And go from there. But yeah, 7 weeks out, pretty crazy. So yeah, day 3 is just squats for comp like movements, I guess I should say. But then on day 4, I have RDLs now. I was previously doing usually pause deadlifts. Whew. Or just speed pulls. But I reported to my coach that I felt like that deadlifting 2 days a week was causing more fatigue than what it was worth. And I thought that we need to keep the secondary day either to speed pulls, so light, or RDLs. And he opted for RDLs. I didn't really know how much weight to use. It's been longer than it should have been since the last time I've run these, probably. So we kind of ascended. We had 375 for 6, 385, and finished with 407 for 6. And I think that was a reasonable call. I think that's a good spot to build off of, and I think probably the rest of this block will just kind of ascend from that 407 and see how it goes. But had an optional bench single today, the last day of the program after those RDLs, and you're gonna take it, right? Like the optional bench single in the program, you take the single unless you're just not feeling well. So we took 325 for 1. It felt so good. Bench was feeling really, really good today. So hopefully, maybe I'll squeak out a PR on bench too. I filmed one back down here, 298. I did 4 sets, and yeah, that's the training week, man. It's pretty simple, pretty easy so far. Definitely don't feel like I've been training hard by any means. But oh shoot, I guess that's all I have to say for this one. But I'm excited about training going forward. I've been coaching. I've been doing online coaching for a while, but I started coaching in person at Ironside at the gym I train at, and that's been a really stumbling over my words here. It's been a really awesome experience. Really rewarding to just be in there and help people real time, and not powerlifters even per se, right? Like I have a couple of guys that, one guy who's for sure a power lifter. But a lot of my clients are just like new to lifting weights, and it's, I don't know, it's rewarding in a whole different way. And it gets my mind off my own training a lot, which is probably good for me. Anyway, this is getting kind of long. I'm going to wrap it up here. We'll do another one of these next week. So we'll see you then.